Say when.
When? I'm always live when you say, "Are you live yet?" or something along those lines. Just assume. Just assume that I'm live. Intimate ZVX with Stoic, episode 19, game 4 of ZvP week. He is Stoic Regrets.
And he... crap. Sorry. Is Stoic Nouveau.
Told you to quit smoking. I did.
God damn it. You're the only smoker here.
I quit. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you're gonna get back to it in a week and a half.
Nope. Maybe in a couple months. So we decided to do a ZvP week.
Now we gotta watch GSL finals.
Oh yeah, GSL finals are coming up. I think Hero's gonna win.
Nah, MVP, man.
I think Hero is gonna win.
MVP's awesome.
I told you. I think Hero.
You know, actually, that logic is actually flawed because there's only one winner. So if MVP wins, Hero can't win, Shawn.
MVP has carpal tunnel. So.
Oh, that just means, you know, the person will take off.
No, Hero is gonna give
games.
him the motherfucking runaround. You'll see.
Watch Hero not even make it out of the semis.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see Hero make it.
Well,
just
no,
3-0'd Supernova. You fuck me. It was awesome.
Actually, it's really late tonight. Why is it at like 5 o'clock in the morning? Goddamn Korea, why is it not on this side of the world?
I'm not Korean, David. I don't know the answer to your question. Alright, let's fade out this sound.
Korea should be like south of Canada. That would be really good.
Alright, fading into game. This is a ZvP versus FxAUndertake.
Am I allowed to say they should replace Alaska with Korea?
No, I wouldn't say that. Well, you know what? They don't have StarCraft in Alaska or in
Yeah, so...
Yeah,
you know what?
You can say
I don't want Alaska there. I wish Alaska was gone and Korea was there instead. That would be very convenient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that that's out of
So
your
if
system.
you guys are from Alaska, I'm not apologizing.
Alright, well, let's get into this. ZvP on Metropolis. FxAUndertake. You know anything about this player? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Okay, I'm ready. Go.
Do you know what's crazy about drones? 3, 2, 1, play.
What did you just
Watch
say?
the 3D animation of a drone on the bottom right. They take the minerals and they go...
They do.
It reminds me of... Look, I'm going to do a demonstration. They go... with all the fucking minerals and they throw them everywhere. It's... You have to watch the VOD to see that one. But I don't understand it. SCVs don't do that. They need those precious minerals.
Oh, there's a text. Hold on, guys.
So as you can see from David's APM, he just
Incorrect
mindlessly spams.
password. What the frick?
Don't do it wrong 10 times on your BlackBerry, because if you do that, it erases the phone data. Okay. I imagine Dave's gonna go 14 pool because he always goes 14 pool. No gas expands because they're not as good. David doesn't do stuff that's not as good as other stuff unless it's a 6 pool. And there it is, 14. Oh, that was a 15 pool.
The key to doing good builds is to pick the build that is better than the other builds.
No, because you 6 pool everyone who's not in Grandmaster.
Shh. Oh, God.
Now they know your secret. It's not in ZVZ. You don't 6 pool in ZVZ, do you?
Nah, I just bailing all in. It's fine.
Bailing all in's pissed me off. So now he didn't block your hatch at all.
Yeah, it's a little silly.
To me that makes me think cheese right away. So I sent a drone down and patrol on the ramp.
I'm not going to say on the VODs what that makes me think. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, so he's not. Well, he could still block your ramp, but he built a gateway, so he's not going to.
That's okay. If you want to block my ramp on ladder, go ahead. In fact, just tell me you're going to do it, and I'll give you the win.
Do you just leave?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't even care. Now, one of our viewers asked a question about when they block your ramp. Is the right play to not let them block your ramp, or can you counter it once it's done?
Yeah, you can patrol a drone there, but
I mean, if they do it, is there a way out of it, or are you way behind from that?
Yeah, we talked about it in, what was it, second VOD or something? Just build a spine, whatever. Just watch the VODs.
Drop a tumor.
Mm-hmm.
Get a spine to the edge. But what if he's really being persistent, and you can't let that probe into your base, basically? You can't get him vision with the high ground.
That's just micro. You killing one probe is very easy. It's not gonna do anything.
Is it, David?
Yeah.
Is it? Maybe for you.
Okay, so we chose this game because of all the games, this is a little bit of a silly one. He does a crazy push, and my build's really greedy, so I die to it, and the game gets really funky, and I end up doing a unit composition that is not very good. In ZvP, it's basically Hydralisks with anything. Is pretty shit. But if it's needed, if you get into a weird spot, you have to do it, then you gotta do it. So...
I don't like this map because you can't scout the gas. You can't scout if he takes all 4 gases.
Yeah, that's actually why I died to this, because I don't even know it's coming. So, well, not die, but I lose a third.
You gotta take down them rocks, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now he knows you're taking the third. Well, oh, maybe not. You're gonna lose that queen.
Yeah, that's a little silly, huh? That's just lucky by him, to be honest.
Oh, you're not gonna lose it. What's your time right now?
6:58.
What?
Sorry, 5:58.
Fuck, I was like, how the... Okay, you know what? I think the person who wrote something on somewhere was right. You get further behind at the start of the game than later.
Eh, whatever. Oh my god, so fluke. It's like randomly sends a second zealot, kills my queen. Anyways, enough of that.
Meted you.
That's silly.
It was a meta game.
Like the one time I decided to walk my queen there. Literally.
Still no.
Anyway, so
Oh,
as
no,
you can
sorry, I
see,
was
this is
gonna
what he's doing. He's doing a fucking 20,000 gate push with mass zealots and bullshit. And I can't know this is coming because, as you can see, this map, my overlord cannot see his gas. If I don't see gases here, I would have taken my Roach Warren a lot sooner. But, yeah, this map.
This makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, so there's really not much I can do at this point. You just have to not lose drones.
Yeah, you can either lose... Don't lose both. Don't lose your hatchery and your drones. That's just ridiculous. Oh, now he's warping in.
Yeah, so I'm going to see this and instantly just back off. I don't think... Because, like, 3 I can handle, but the second warping is going to kill me. So...
Yeah. And he's going to have a lot of warp gates up.
Yeah, so basically I'm just going to fight 3 until I see a second warping, and I don't think I'm pretty sure I will just back off. Because there's really not much I can do at this point. The roaches are going to be too late, so...
Yeah, you're never going to get that.
Yeah, so I realize now that's too much. At least he invested a ton of minerals.
And he's going to lose all those when your roaches do pop, so... These bitches are not going home.
Already a little bit behind. Very silly to lose to this just because the map is silly and I don't get to see the gas timing, but whatever. The good part about this is don't deviate from your plan. As you can see, I still got speed. I still got my layer tech, so I am tier 2. I am going to be able to get roach speed. Okay, so we did talk about this in the previous VOD, number 3. Most common follow-up to a lot of zealots is Stargate, just because, sorry, zealots are purely mineral deposits, so you have a lot of gas to go into Stargate play, and it gives you nice map control. So he did warp in Stalkers. That's a bit of a silly move by him.
He did another warp in. Yeah, I was just going to say, that seems not smart.
Yeah, because he's not going to kill me with it, so there's really no point warping that in. But as you can see, he has a ton of gas, and he is going into Stargate, so he is going to be able to afford a few Stargate units to give him some map control. And I am going to be stuck on 2 base right now, but there's not much I can do about it. And basically what I want to do is wait for roach speed and apply pressure to be able to, number 1, scout what he's doing. Aggression is a great way to scout. And number 2, if he makes a mistake, I could possibly catch him out of position. But I don't see the rocks going down yet. So I am going to continue to build roaches here, just in case he does follow this up with an all-in. But I am completely blind right now. Probably should have morphed an overseer, but the reason why I don't in this case is I just am a little bit thrown off by the start, and I feel like I'm a little bit behind, so I did try to save as much gas as I can, as you can see, trying to get those important upgrades, missile attacks with roach speed. So roach speed is done, which is great, because now I can use my roaches as scouts, basically. And, yep, I'm just going to... So now I see the rocks. See how the rocks being taken down. So now I know that he's probably going to be taking a third. So I'm going to go try to apply a little bit of pressure, see how much I can do. First thing I see is the Void Ray. And normally I would go Spire Tech and continue to build Roach and Ling, but I am behind, and whenever I'm behind, I like to do older strategies. They're not as strong, but if you're better than the player you're playing, you can outplay them. So I am going to be going into Hydralisks and Corruptors in this game, which is a very old strategy and not as good, but I have no choice. So.
Oh lord.
Okay, so good catch. I'm going to be able to delay the expansion a little bit more, but he does have sentries, so I'm not going to go up that ramp. And I do have missile attack finished, so transition into Hydralisk does make a lot of sense. And yeah, this is going to be a very old school combination. Roach Hydra with some Corruptors in case he goes Colossus, which he's already gearing up to do right now.
Oh,
so
he's going to miss that. Those sentries.
yeah, so I am able to get in a little bit here, but not as good as I wanted. Obviously, if my whole army was in here, you probably would have just lost, but I do trickle in slowly. But that Void Ray is actually doing a lot of damage, because he has two of them, so I am not going to fight here, because I do see that Void Rays, those two Void Rays are really hurting me, and huge warp in of Zealots, which is a little bit silly by him, but whatever.
Yeah, I was just going to say, why would he warp in Zealots there?
Not the best decision.
Could have been something else.
Yeah, so at this point, everything I do is basically to stall his expansion and get mine up. I need this third base really badly. 2-base Zerg is not going to work unless I somehow cheese him. So, as you can see, I'm going to put down my Hydra Den, and I'm not doing it because Hydralisks are a great unit. I'm doing it because I'm forced to play a very old style, so I do want to mix in Hydralisks and then transition into Corruptors if he goes Colossus.
Could transition to anything here. He lost 30 probes.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely make use of your Roaches. Do the best you can with them.
Those two Void Rays are actually doing a shitload of damage, though.
Yeah, those two Void Rays are...
They paid for themselves 10 times.
Those two Void Rays are keeping him alive, basically. So I am going to transition into a few Hydralisks here just to get rid of the Void Rays. But I do know that eventually I'm going to have to counter Colossus Tech, so...
Time check?
15, 20, sorry, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36.
No, we've been good for a while. Go ahead.
God damn it. Alright, so I am continuing to build bases, obviously. You want a pretty good economy when going Hydras and Corruptors. They're extremely gas heavy.
Heavy Hydras.
Yep. But you don't want too many drones. 65 is a really good number. I could build about 4 more, but probably won't until I'm very comfortable. I should be building my Spire shortly, but this map is quite large, so I do have leeway to kind of stall my tech, because he can't really push out and kill me with Colossus anyways, especially because he's trying to take a third.
Oh, I thought you sniped his Colossus tech. For some reason, he's not making Colossus.
He definitely should be, but I think it's because he lost so many probes. He just snapped it up to 53. Yeah, so I am going to be able to counter these Void Rays finally. But sentries are really good against Hydralisks because they kind of keep them out. So it's going to be difficult. Oh, nice, I got the Observer. That's huge, actually. So yeah, as you can see, sentries don't counter Hydras directly, but they force you out of position, and Hydras are too slow to get into good position. So I am transitioning into the normal Spire Tech here. I'm just going to do as much damage as I can. The good thing about this position is he can't really kill off my army, so I can just kind of linger around here until he runs out of force fields or something lucky happens.
Man, that fucking this Void Ray control's really good.
Yeah, so finally able to kind of get in, but as you can see, force fields really negate the ability for me to be aggressive, and once that Colossus comes out, I'm going to have to back out. But as is, not in bad position right now. I'm ahead 100 supply, and I have a 4th base, and his 3rd base was extremely delayed. So you just want to keep up with injects, continue to expand, and get the least number of Corruptors that you can make as possible. So I don't see any Colossus yet, so I'm not even going to make a single Corruptor yet. But now I finally see one, so I shouldn't be building that many. About 6 is a good number to kill about 2 or 3 Colossus, and if he gets more than that, then definitely we'll have to build more Corruptors.
You got both Void Rays, right?
Yeah.
He's building another one, but because those are really good for tanking damage against Corruptors if you can't micro.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. I build exactly 6, so I am playing this correctly. Because I do know I'm going to be able to attack him very soon, so he's not going to have more than 2 Colossus, so 6 is about the number you need. And I'm continuing to build drones here because I'm going to be taking my 8th gases and possibly my 9th and 10th when my 5th base is up. So a little bit of annoyance there. Wasn't able to catch that probe, so it was able to build a pylon, but I should be able to save this base.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Oh, he went for the drones. That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
He could have got it.
Alright, so basically this is going to come down to one big attack, and I don't think he can survive it at this point. Doesn't have enough production, and you can see the deficit is really bad for him. Not only is he down 100 food, but I have a whole remax, so he's going to have to kill 2 armies with 100 supply, and that's not going to work, so...
No, 2 armies.
So a little bit of a funky game. Old school combination. I like to revert back to this when I'm kind of behind or read the situation incorrectly.
Moral of the story is, you can take out David's 3rd. That's just going to make him take longer to kill you.
Alright, so very random Void Ray. Definitely a wrong decision by him, and
then this
horrible
Protoss
for him.
says...
Yeah, allowing me to get a concave like this basically means he's just going to die here.
He's thinking, nah, he's got corruptors too. In that voice.
Okay, as you can see, I am continuing to tech up. I even put my infestation pit down because just in case this game goes further, I have 5 bases with 10 gas, so I'm able to go into tier 3 to turn those corruptors into broodlords and maybe going into infestors. So continue to tech up, continue to upgrade, and so importantly, continue to expand and take those gases.
Excellent.
And that concludes ZvP.
Would you want to answer Dr. Hot's question?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna answer one question. Okay, so
Where's
Dr. Hot.
It was on the which page? 25?
Perhaps, okay, I'll just read it. Perhaps something about decision making after the Protoss takes a 3rd. For example, you say you didn't get a whole lot of scouting in, only saw him take 1 or 0 gas at his natural and see nothing else. And right when you start making your roaches for a possible incoming attack, you learn that he is taking his 3rd. I'll often see people either chill out. Okay, so this is a very interesting strategy that Protoss players do. It's very common in best of something at very high level play where they will put down a ridiculously early 3rd, sometimes even as early as 7 minutes, and they usually do it off of just 2 gases. Basically the mentality behind this is Zergs don't take their speed until 41 to 45 supply anyways, so if he wants to punish me, he's going to have to skip speed and produce nothing but roaches as soon as possible, and even then they're going to be slow roaches, and even if he produces a bunch of lings, they can't do anything because they're going to be slow lings. So I can actually afford to take a 3rd base off of like 1 gateway at 7 minutes, because by the time the roach push comes, I'll be walled off, I'll have enough gates to attack, to defend, and I'll be on 3 bases instead of 2. There are two branches of responses that I've seen the pros do successfully. One is simply to realize that you don't have to produce a single roach beyond that point. So even if you build 4, 5, 6, just realize that once this comes, stop building roaches, do not invest anything into gas, take a 4th base right away, and by right away I mean your 4th base is going to be done before the 10-minute mark, and it's going to hurt your drone saturation. You're not going to be able to hit the 80 drones as fast as possible because it's so many minerals investing into a 4th base because you're already going 3 bases quickly. But what it will allow you to do is invest into a additional 2 gases. So instead of being on 6 gases, you're on 8 gases. And 8 gases is a pretty crucial number when going into high-tech strategies because that breaks the 1,000 gas income mark. What that basically means is when you press income tab, you know how it says how much gas you have? That's how much gas you mine in a minute. So having over 1,000 gas mined in a minute is absolutely disgusting for the Protoss player as a Zerg player. That's basically what you want. And usually you don't get that until about 16, 17 minutes. But if you can put down your 4th as soon as you see the 3rd come, regardless of what strategy we're going into, you will have 1,000 gas income at the 10-minute mark, and that's ridiculous. You guys can watch video 1, I believe. I do a strategy very similar to that where I know that he's taking a 3rd, and instead of punishing it by massing units, I punish it by taking a 4th and a 5th base. So not only am I mining off 8 gas, but I'm mining off 10 gas. And you can just see if you want to do mutas or infestors, it's basically the same thing. Your gas deposit will be through the roof. You'll be able to produce 12 infestors before you even hit tier 3, and then Broodlord Tech will transition nicely. The other branch of responses is, you know, you want to punish it, obviously. A 7-minute third off of 1 gate, you want to punish it somehow. The best thing to do in that case is to scale all of your timings down by like 2 minutes. So if I can see this as early as possible, then ideally what I want to do is take a double gas at 32 to 36 supply instead of 41 to 45. And I will put my Roach Warren down at 6 minutes instead of 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 30 seconds. And, you know, everything just scaled down. So instead of maxing roaches and going up to 65 drones first, I will stop at 45 drones and build as many roaches as I want. And instead of having 4 hatches, I'll only have 3 hatches. So just scale everything down. So what that usually turns out to be is it's about a 10-minute push at about 135 supply with really shitty economy. But it's actually very difficult for Protoss players to hold that off. So you will have slow roaches, but you actually have enough units and enough minerals to mass nothing but lings behind it off of 2 gas that you can actually break him before he gets an immortal out. Basically, in order for Protoss players to stop this, he has to basically not tech, do nothing but basically do a defensive 7-gate and just build a shit ton of cannons. And not too many Protoss players know that, so you will be able to snag off wins like that. And the good part about that is you will have this huge mineral deposit because you really don't need that many drones if you're just massing tier 1 units. So you will notice, even though you only have 45 drones, you know, after the attack is going on for a bit, you'll have like 1,000 minerals banked. You can just take a third, instantly build 20 drones, and go into a regular game. And it's not bad, even though he has a third basis, because he's probably going to lose a ton of gateways because you're killing off the gateway wall. He's going to lose a ton of sentry energy. A lot of gas is going to be spent and minerals spent into sentries and cannons. And he won't have that many probes, because when you take a Nexus that early, you have to kind of cut probes at certain points. So if he's at 45 probes on 3 base, it's really not 3 base, so it's not so bad. So
Okay.
alright, that's ZvP week. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep watching.
We'll see you next time on Intimate ZVX with Stoic.
Peace.